Hey, it's Wolfy-Chan, and I'm back with another anime review, and this one is of another Netflix series. I have Netflix and watch some of the anime, but this one is another Netflix exclusive. It is Devilman Crybaby, or The Devilman Crybaby. Um, just a heads up, this anime is 18 and over. It really is. A lot of the imagery, a lot of the stuff, it is not blurred, it is not censored. Over 18 for Devilman Crybaby. Believe me, even after the first episode, it's oof. And it goes from first episode to a 180, and it goes in the second episode. So it is very, very strange. It doesn't establish the character as much as I thought it would, but there's more establishing through the 10 episodes it has. So it's not even like a full run series, it is a 10 episode series. Now, let me give you a bit of a hint at this whole series. The art style is a bit different, and it's not glossy or anything like that. And when I mean glossy, I mean there's not a lot of shadowing, there's not a lot of that kind of stuff. I have an anime in mind that has the same look as this one, but I can't remember what it is. But I didn't mind the art style. I really did like it. There wasn't really much 3D into it, so I'm more on this one. But it's 18 or over, and this is. I actually, at the end of this, episode 10, made me think of Evangelion. Neon Genesis Evangelion. This is basically how the ending of this anime has went. Is Evangelion level episode. So I'm not going to tell you the ending of the series or anything like that, but let me tell you, I had a feeling about so his name is Akida, but the way they spell it is Akira, but they pronounce it as Akida. And there's not a D from what I saw from his name, and it bugged me out because I'm like, it's okay if his name's Akira. I don't. That would make a lot of like killer, like it'd be really cool. But Akida's or Akida. I know, can't remember. I watched this like a day or two ago. The whole thing in one sitting. Akida. There you go. I knew there was something up with Akida's friend. Let's just say my thoughts of that really did it connected. Woo. I just didn't know that the ending was gonna be like that. Um, so Akira is basically like this kid who's trying out for track, and there's a lot of track scene and stuff like that. And the opening is very strange and almost telling of things, but it's not really. It's really weird. Get past that though. So we see Akira. He's kind of a scrawnier kid, and he lives with one of his schoolmates' family because the family is his family are doctors that travel around, and the mother is best friends with the mother of this family, so they accepted to take him in, and they live with him and all that good stuff. So what happens is, um, the girl is in track. He's trying to go in track, and everyone's like, "You're not any good at this." Nah. Um, and so, and they go on about the teacher who does track, and he's in a wheelchair and stuff, and he lets us do whatever. He's in his own world, which you find out later why. Um, which is very interesting because they do also hint a little bit at it. Very strange. But so they're in track. He's practicing for track. He wants to be as good as the girl that I believe he loves. Um, which she then runs off and is just sitting at a dock. Well, these guys who I understand that a lot of the Japanese companies, if your voice isn't that great, do not want you to sing, rap, or whatever as a substitute to their characters. But it's just very funny that you have the English dub and you then have them rapping in Japanese. Which I don't mind Japanese rap. It has more of a silkier feel, I think, than normal rap. But that's just me. I'm not a big rap fan either. But like, just when somebody in Japanese starts rapping, I'm like, it sounds so silky. But they start rapping and they come down and it's like, you want to hang? And she's like, no, no, thank you. And Akira pops up and he's on this boat. And they're like, where'd you come from? And he's like, from a mermaid under the water. I'm here to get her. And he's really sweet. And they're like, just lay off. We're just gonna hang out fun with her. Well, his best friend drives up in a white car in an all white jacket. Well, and is like, Akira, I'm here to get you, or like, I'm here to rescue you, or something like that. It's strange. And he's like, my friend that was from long ago. And he's like, dude, shut off. Like, even the rapper guy's like, dude, shut off. We're talking here. But the guy, Akira, runs up to his friend, hugs, and then the guy pulls out an AK or something like that, which I don't think is legal in Japan. Like, you can't just have a gun. And you find out that this kid is a professor because he's just a genius. Woo. But he decides to shoot up the pier, not like in a vertical, like killing people, just across so they don't walk over. And then takes Akira and then drives off, which then the girl that he likes and that he lives with runs after them, and she's the witch of track and field because she can run so fast. Okay. Which he then explains through a driving sequence that is way too black and just lights. It was very weird. That there may be demons in this world that may be real. Because of this one professor that he went to go see in the jungles of the Amazon. And so you find out like he was possessed by a demon and he was wanting to check up on him. You don't make that connection till later why the professor was there asking questions about this kid. But he's like, so there must be demons and stuff like that. And so we're going to try and summon demons to prove their existence, and go to these parties called Sabbath parties, which, if anybody knows biblical or anything like that, the Sabbath is a Wiccan thing, which in Wiccan religion, I believe it is just a coming of seasons, and they hang out and they absorb nature. But biblically, like the Sabbath is related to Satan. So when you have a Sabbath or something like that, it is a bad thing that you have to stay in your houses for and stuff like that. So that's two fun facts that I kind of know. But the Sabbath parties have debauchery, sexy times, drugs, alcohol, people bumping uglies. Like, it's very not G-rated. Once again, I repeat, 18 and over for the series. But they go to a Sabbath party to look for demons and stuff like that. And there's most of the women are half naked, if not naked. And this one girl that they meet is like, "Do you want this pill or this pill?" And he's like, "I don't understand," because this is Akira that's getting this. And the other guy's like, she then like kisses him and drugs him. And then it's like, oh my goodness, is he so new to these parties? And he's like, yeah, he's brand new. It's okay. I'll teach him the ropes. Grabs Akira and dude has drugs in him. Like, really? So they sit in the party, look and see all this debauchery and sexy times happening, and the guy's like, this is too tame to summon demons at all. Like, demons wouldn't come to something like this. Drinks some champagne or empties it. I think there was some liquid. Breaks it and is starting to cut up people immensely. Like, just blood everywhere. And Akira is like, no, stop this. This isn't okay. And people start kicking him, which wrong person. But that's when all of a sudden demons start kicking up. Because all of a sudden Akira goes back to the girl who has the pills, and it's like, you want to fill up my chest. Oh my goodness, you can totally do that. And then Flake, she turns into a demon. Um, which then more and more demons come out and start eating and killing people and yada yada yada. So his friend starts recording and then tries to summon Amon and goes, take Akira as your vessel. You know, he's a weak kid, yada yada yada, you know, take him. So, he's the guy recording is about to get his butt kicked, and Akira is running, is like, I want to protect you. And demons are trying to eat Akira. Which then all of a sudden, I guess Amon does take control of him because he then, this picture, he turns into Akira and just kills demons. Just all out demons all the time, yada yada yada. And the next day you find out, like, Akira's different. Akira doesn't look like himself, and he looks so manly, and girls are, like, flaunting and stuff like that. And he opens up doors, watches sexy time at school, then goes out into track and is like a beast at running, which is pretty awesome, right? So, and he looks totally different. Like, the character differences is like major. So, if I was a teacher or anybody, it'd be like, okay, we need to take you to the principal's office and then talk to him and stuff like that. So his personality doesn't 180 until like episode 3 or 4. Like, he's a bad kid, but then he just goes back to being his normal self, but becomes Devilman, which he has to eat a lot of things. That's what he becomes, Devilman. Um, and so his friend's like, there's so many demons in this world that you need to kill them. That is going to be your goal. You are going to kill them. And so he finds demons, finds Sabbath parties, and unleashes Akira, which has Amon in him, to kill these demons, which he does. There's a side character that's like a weird creeper that wants to get like bikini pictures of teenagers and all this, and it's not good. It's very terrible. And he keeps hitting up Akira's friend who he lives with, that's his love. And she doesn't want to have anything to do with that. She really doesn't, like, she did it once and then just doesn't want to do it anymore. Woo. So he's like, he wants to get a big scoop. He wants to be part of the newspaper and not just be taking pictures in this magazine. He wants articles. Which he doesn't, but he then goes and, finds demons and is recording when Akira shows up and turns into a demon and kills them, which he then is like, oh my goodness, there's this big news. Takes it to his editor. His editor's like, get those pictures, and he's like, gets mad and wants to, take care of it, and then talks to the girl and is like, hey, I need you at this photo shoot, bye. And she's like, oh, God, okay, I have to do this. But the guy gets technically killed by a demon of water. And then, so it suddenly rains. She comes up and basically is like, I need to take a shower, and takes a bath, which then the demon of water gets out of him and in her. Akira comes into it, and basically finds out there's a demon and sucks him out of her when they're on a rooftop because they've been parkouring like hardcore. Woo! And so they do they fight. He kills this demon. She kind of remembers stuff but doesn't remember it all. And Akira's friend, the male one, wants to kill her because nobody should know about him. Really? But she lives, doesn't remember, and all this stuff. And as the series progresses, more and more people get possessed by demons or turn into demons. Mika. That's her name, Mika. Because there's another girl named Mika who wants to beat Mika. And they nicknamed her Miko, which she doesn't like. Which she also gets then possessed by a demon. But she can control it and become more of a devil man or devil woman. Because she can control the demon, whereas the demon controlling her. There's another guy that does this, and he's a track and field super senior, which I loved when they said this because there was a thing growing up in my school that there were super seniors. So if you didn't graduate your when you were supposed to, you were held back until you graduated. And there were some people that were like almost 20 and didn't graduate from high school. But a lot of them, I guess, and this isn't I guess, a lot of them actually dropped out afterwards. So that was very interesting. But there were super seniors. And he's a super senior of track and field. Like, oh, okay, that's very weird. And you find out that he's also a Devilman, but he doesn't have it in the right place. Whereas the other Mika, who she also does a 180 and is like, she is fast, but she is like, looks totally different. Okay. But so they go to a track and field event, and we find out that that guy is a demon person, and that's bad. Woo. But then all of a sudden, more and more demons start popping out, and it becomes basically like World War III, and it becomes horrible for everybody. And Mika has a little brother, which you see how normal he is, and like, that's the thing with her brother, is he doesn't change so much when something bad happens to him. And there is a very weird, sad, like, part where he is sexy time charged up and he has dreams about sexy time, and all of a sudden he wakes up like out of a cold sweat and is like, I'm naked, and then something drops and the ceiling is coated, let's say, with milk. And then he holds his nose like, it smells, and I'm like, doesn't smell that much, but okay, whatever you say, milk spoils real quickly. And it goes through a lot of different demons and a lot of different talks, and it is very interesting. This is a very interesting anime, but it is 18 and over, with how much people are naked and sexy times and all this. It's very strange. And it is a bit, when it gets closer to the end, it gets very sad. So I would recommend this if you're over 18 to definitely maybe give this a viewing. They make a lot of references, funny enough, in this anime to, I'm guessing, the original Devilman. And I mean like a butt ton of references. Like, the anime pops up in different places. The little brother gets obsessed with it. There's posters of it some places. There's action figures. So I'm thinking this wasn't like, this was just a remake of the original anime that they wanted to kind of bring back out. It's cool, but I almost want to see if the original anime has this much sexy time. Like, ooh, is it getting warm in here? Or is it just a weird Sabbath party? But I enjoyed it. I didn't mind it so much, but once again, definitely recommend this if you're over 18, don't mind gore, and don't mind a weird jumpy story, because the story does kind of, like, the characters aren't too consistent, but they kind of are. But yeah, the story is kind of everywhere. But as it gets close to the end, the story kind of solidifies, and like I said, very much of an Evangelion ending if I have ever seen one. The original anime Evangelion. Oof. So if you kind of like Evangelion and you want to have something else to try out, try Devilman Crybaby from Netflix, which I am not sponsored by them. Oh well. So if you like this video, definitely leave a like. Leave it in the comment section below. Have you seen this iteration or the old one? And if I should give the old one a try, definitely tell me in the comment section down below. And definitely don't forget to subscribe, because I do try and get out videos from Monday to Friday every week, as much as I can. And if you want to follow me on Twitter or Facebook, the links are down below. And I hope that you've been having a very wonderful, wonderful day. Wolfy-Chan out. Bye.